nerds and nerdettes and wee little nerdlings all. It's your buddy Big John and G, the two Gun Pixie presents Legendary Gaming. From AV Studio Games comes a new title that I immediately found blipping away on my radar, and I hope it's something you may enjoy also. Pulp Invasion. This is good for 1 or 2 players, ages 14 and up, and should take 20 to 30 minutes. As a free captain of the Rim, you roam the far reaches of space as a traitor and mercenary. Secretly, though, you are an agent of the Intergalactic Council, sent on clandestine missions to explore planets infiltrated by 3 alien races who plan to invade the peaceful world of Intergalactic Alliance. Find all their world-shattering super weapons using your combat skills, diplomacy, and super science to stop them before it's too late. Solo game with a 2-player PvP option. The game uses a bag building mechanic to add and remove dice from a bag. Cards are played to explore various sectors of space, and 6 custom dice are used for combat simulations. Wow, that sounded pretty heavy. So, right away, this follows on the heels of a previously released title by AV Studios that was quite popular, had a big splash on Kickstarter, and that game was Pulp Detective. And just like Pulp Detective, Pulp Invasion is heavily based on the amount of actual Pulp magazine rights that they had acquired and used to build games around these classic and beautiful, iconic figures of the greatest, worst, and most interesting pulp fiction that has ever been published. Now, because of this, obviously, the art on the cards is amazing to behold. I find it hard to look away from any page I look up that has something about this game. I cannot draw my eyes away from it because it is perfect, because it is really that artwork. The feel of the mechanic of the game with the dice in the bag, everything I've read about it, it seems similar to some blind dice drawer games such as Role Player, and that works out fine. I enjoy that mechanic, and using it for this, from everything I've been reading, it seems like it's going to be a really perfect fit for this style. Oh, and speaking of the dice, I think this is kind of cool, though it's something that's been done before. I kind of like it. The dice, they're not rolled. They don't have a purpose for rolling in the game. They're used to track resources, and that's cool and clever. The game round seems really tight too. That's another thing I liked about it when I was reading about it. It seems really tight and fast, with basically just a couple of things that you got to manage that you're doing each turn during the game. You're going to be having encounters, and you're going to be searching planets. Are the real 2 main things that you are attempting to do on your turn, at least the 2 options that you have to do on your turn. And it's also, again, boiling down very simple with either meeting the encounter or trying to evade the encounter, which comes down to you just using resources and knowing what you have, knowing what you need to get rid of, maybe put back in the bag, and try to hopefully grab something that you do need, a resource cube, out of that bag. And everything reads that this is going to be a really interesting and strategic balance between achieving that goal. The whole feel of the game screams like a great serial black and white film from like the 1940s. Some sort of Buck Rogers style serial. That is the feeling that this game is giving me, and I think everyone else that's looked into it, just by watching the videos and reading about it. It does everything it can to capture that feel and that excitement of those old kind of serials with the mix of the pulp genre. Everything looks on paper like this should be an amazing game. So you might want to check out by AV Studio Games, Pulp Invasion.